जन जन को सुनाएंगे तेरी वाणी शिव बाबा, हम जन जन को सुनाएंगे।
उसमें हम इस समय के बुद्धि का क्वेश्चन न लाएं।
And at that time, you mustn't allow your intellect to raise questions.
हम बाबा के महावाक्यों को, बाबा की अथॉरिटी को समझ करके उसको समझने का प्रयत्न करें।
We have to make the effort of understanding Baba to be the authority and of accepting that authority and make myself understand Baba's intention.
इस प्रकार से जैसे हम कोई नई नॉलेज लेते हैं स्थूल में भी,
Even in a practical form, physical way, when you start to learn new knowledge,
कोई भी नई नॉलेज,
any new knowledge
तो
that you
जो
learn,
आपको प्रीवियस दूसरे टाइप की नॉलेज है उसको उसमें मिक्स नहीं कर सकते।
you can't mix your old knowledge with new knowledge that you're receiving.
नई नॉलेज जिस ढंग से आपको मिलती है उसको समझने, उसी ढंग से समझने की कोशिश।
You have to accept and make effort to understand, to accept that knowledge in the way that it's being given to you.
तभी आप उसको अच्छी रीत से समझ करके और कर सकते
And only then will you be able to fully understand it and apply it.
इसी प्रकार से जो हमको इस दुनिया की नॉलेज इस काम के लिए है वो कर ली।
In
अब
the same
बाबा
way,
जो बताते हैं उसको हम मनन करें और मथन करें, बाबा के कहने का भाव, बाबा किन भावों से हमें समझाते हैं।
in the same way, just as these practical matters we have to do, yes, we use the knowledge of the world and continue to do those tasks, but when it comes to listening from Baba, then it's very important for us to deeply understand what is the intention, what is behind what God is saying to me.
बस ये बात अगर हम समझ लें, उसी बात को, उनकी डीपनेस को समझने की कोशिश की और एक बार वो बात बुद्धि में आ गई, फिर उस लेवल में चलना सहज।
And when I churn these things very deeply and I deeply understand what is God's intention, then it becomes very easy for me to keep my intellect on the track of that thought that is the same as God's thought.
फिर हमें बहुत उसको अनुभव करना सहज।
And then it will become very easy to experience it.
केवल हमारे अंदर लगन और निश्चय की डेप्थ, इसको ही बाबा कहते हैं। निश्चय तो सब कहते हैं, हम निश्चय बुद्धि है।
This is what Baba means when he says you need deep love for the self and faith. Many people talk about faith and they say, well, we have faith anyway.
फेथ उसको कहा जाएगा, वैसे भी कहा जाता
What are we
है।
going to call faith?
भगवान के आगे जो भगवान कहे वो हमें मानने में फायदा ही है, क्योंकि वो ऑलमाइटी अथॉरिटी।
Faith means that whatever it is that God is telling me, I accept that as beneficial for me because He is the Almighty Authority.
क्योंकि अथॉरिटी की बात को मानने में मुझे फायदा है।
Because to accept something that's being given to me by an authority, that is beneficial for me.
अथॉरिटी की बात अगर हम मान करके उसी प्रकार करेंगे तो अथॉरिटी मुझे एक्सेप्ट करेंगे।
If whatever the authority is saying to me, I accept it and do it in that way, then the authority will accept me.
फिर हम उसके हर खजाने के मालिक बन
And
जाएंगे।
then we become masters of all of His treasures.
तो फिर जो भी बात बाबा समझाते हैं,
Then whatever it is that Baba explains,
हमारे अंदर फिर वो क्वालिटीज इमर्ज होती जाएंगी।
it's those qualities that will continue to emerge inside me.
सिर्फ
चरित्र का होगा उत्थान, मानव होगा देव समान, विश्व लेगा तुझे पहचान, जग में होगी तेरी शान। ज्ञान सागर की मीठी बूंदें, ज्ञान सागर की मीठी बूंदें, विश्व पर
Om Shanti. Remain constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form. The one who has everything done is making you do it. I and my Baba. Stay combined in this awareness, and you will become a conqueror of Maya. In the word, Karan Karavanhar, both the father and you children are combined. It is the children's hand and the father's task. It is only you children who receive a golden chance to extend your hands, and yet the experience is that the one who has everything done is making you do it. He has made you into instruments and is making you do everything. This is the sound that constantly emerges in your mind. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 19. Remain constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form. Today's topic, the one who has everything done, is making you do it. Now, we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Taking benefit, right, from Dadi's classes. It's very interesting because in our lives there are two important things, our way of thinking and reasoning. So thinking is through the mind, and the reasoning and the logic, understanding is through the intellect. So preconditioned or previous understanding, I think, definitely are in us. And when we're listening to God's knowledge, if whatever we understand or we have studied, if we use the similar kind of mind and intellect, we will not be able to understand God's knowledge as it is. When I came in knowledge, I remember Didi Manmani told me, forget what you have studied, because I had history, political science, journalism, many degrees. So she said, you have to forget everything. So, yeah, I said, I don't remember. But it's so interesting that no preconditions in the sense of previous understandings, using that same mind and intellect to understand what God is saying is not possible. No, that's why Baba says clean intellect. Now, these are the example of that. I remember when they came to Delhi in 1951, I was 11 years old. They came to my grandparents' home, and they needed some help, and my whole family was in government, some positions. So they want flat or they want telephone or whatever. And I saw them, and of course, because in our family, one of my auntie and her husband, as soon as they got married in 37, they just surrendered to Yagya. So my grandfather was like, no way, my no daughter is going to go in front of Brahma Kumari. So he was very strict. we cannot go. But curiosity, their attraction, we always met them. But of course, they had nothing much, but they were very smartly dressed, clean, and they didn't have money to iron. They didn't have iron. They will fold their clothes. And those days we had mattress of cotton. So they will put it straight and put mattress on that so that they get iron. Very simple. But because they were not educated, their faith was, they always will say, how will it done be done? Almighty Baba will do. Almighty Baba will get it. Their words were so much of original knowledge. It was very interesting. Mama, we knew she's another 17 days, 20 days with us because I was taking her to doctors in Delhi. So I, doctor had said, and if we get something from Germany, we didn't know anyone in Germany, injection. So homeopathy doctor, very, very talented in Delhi, said if she passes 17 days. So we knew almost when she leaving. So we will ask Mama, what you feeling at this time? Drama, whatever happens in drama. So the knowledge as it is, they used it. And it was so powerful that our task of establishment, not only in 1937, but 1951, when they came to Mount Abu, and then Baba sent them to Delhi, Lucknow, Bombay, few places wherever they knew people, they came. But they were real example of understanding God's knowledge as it is. So what that is inspiring us to let go of your intelligence and whatever we have, because then it will dilute, it will kind of not remain as Dadi Janki used to say, original knowledge. These days, even when knowledge is given, lot of examples, stories, some people are even changing the methods to give course, learning skills. All that is good, it attracts people. But Dadi Janki always say, give everyone Niji Gyan, original knowledge. So Dadi is right when she's saying it, and I will recommend you all to listen to Dadi's classes. I had been listening since 5 days, and I find it amazing way to look at ourselves. Is my understanding of knowledge is from that authority and almighty authority. But in the end, what she said, this will also give you authority. And one who is authority will accept you. So within few sentences, she said Lord. And it really means Lord in our life. So anyway, we don't have much time, but today's homework, today's Avyakti signal is one who has everything done is making you do. Dadi Gulzar, was our in charge in Delhi. So we used to make big plans and go to her. Dadi, we plan this. ये तो हुआ ही पड़ा है. This has already happened. So first we used to feel like we worked so hard, and now she's saying so simple 2 words. But now I also say same, and people go, "जरूर होगा, हुआ ही पड़ा है." Right? So these are like Baba's words. So same Baba is saying, I and my Baba stay combined in this awareness, and you will become a conqueror of Maya. Then you become conqueror of Maya. So method to be conqueror of Maya is to be combined. I, in the word Karan Karamanhar, both the father and you children are combined. It is the children, it is children hands. It's our hands, right? We are doing it. And Father's task. It's our hands, it's Father's task. It is only you children who receive a golden chance to extend your hands. And yet the experience is that the one who has everything done is making you do it. He has made you into instruments and is making you do everything. This is the sound that constantly emerging in your mind. Baba stars my hands, right? So beautiful. Yeah, but we have limited time. We have guests today, so Om Shanti.
Good morning or good evening and good morning from Madhuban. And Didi, I just want to share that since yesterday evening, one of the clarifications that you provided for the accurate meaning of a combined form was to stay in a wave of remembrance and awareness. And that simirti, the word that you used, it could come from the remembrance of relating to Baba in a particular relationship. So be it the father and then me, the child, or the teacher and then me, the student. And I was just feeling the connection between that form of remembrance when we remember Baba in a particular way, but the form that it pulls out of us, the swarup, like you talk about, that it pulls out of us. And many years ago, when I was going for a walk somewhere, I remember having a moment of just where I felt the experience of Vishnu emerge. It was a pristine moment. And it made me think that inside each of us is that swarup, that is a support for our thinking process, our remembrance, our perception. So is this, I know we make effort to remember, but is this connected with time? Is it that there comes a moment when something is deeply activated in you that supports you to go to a higher level of remembrance? So I'm just kind of seeing this cycle between simirti, remembrance, emergence of form, and then simirti. Could you shed some light on this?
Yesterday evening was very interesting because it was not only teachers, but we invited Madhuban Nivasis
Yes.
because of certain reasons. We're going to do it now, teachers separate and Madhuban Nivasis. But I wanted them to taste it, feel it, and many were present and many contacted us after. And they wanted, to continue, be part of that.
Mm.
When, I remember that when I came in Gyan, I always saw in me and my memorial both. Like when I will dream, I was at the center, at the back was quite a big backyard in South Extension. And one time I saw a left body, but there was a big, tall angel as my memorial. But I don't know, I always felt little goddess in me since childhood, always. And of course, coming in Gyan, then giving Drishti, then people will have that feeling, vision. So as you saying that, one time Baba had said in Murli, everyone's perfect form, angelic form is in the subtle regions. Sometimes Baba use word, everyone's costume is there. You go there, you wear the costume of angel and you are angel. Like those who had been deities, right, last kalpa, somewhere deeply that emerges in them.
Mm.
Now what I feel that invoking Baba is important.
Mm.
You don't expect him, even he is with you. Even when they have to install a idol in a new temple, 24 hours they do invocating life in, like I saw one new Hanuman temple near our center in New York, very big. And one who established knew me. So they invited me. 24 hours there were 30 priests from India, from New York, and they were chanting and putting that saffron color on Hanuman, to make it as you see that color. So they invoke Pran Pratishta, they call it. They invoking like so that when you go in front of Hanuman, your desires can be fulfilled. If that hasn't happened, so same is remembrance, awareness. See, remembrance is really from heart with relationship with Baba. Like I appreciate him very much, of course, as parents, but as teacher. No one ever, you can go in any university, even of prince, princess, but what we are learning here, no one can teach. It's only God can teach. It's not just the knowledge, but recently Baba said, for the truth you need also good manners. You cannot speak truth to challenge someone or, some people, they are arrogant of their truth. But Baba says with good manners, where it is taught, right? So it's like love for Baba. Invoke, remembrance is invoking. Awareness is because we already had. So you know in Murli's Baba say, Baba, आपको स्मृति दिलाते हैं. That means he's awakening your awareness more and more. So there is remembrance, there's awareness, and people say Baba doesn't come, Baba. And I feel that Baba has become father and children, a family now. He's with us all the time. At every step you feel Baba is doing this, Baba got it done this. So that's why I said that day in teacher's class, never say dadis were like that, but dadis are, because they are with us still. They're still doing what they have to do it. So I think that remembrance, awareness, reminding ourselves, emerging our image, all these are different ways, but it's like about one's own self and also about Baba. But if our attitude and our vision towards others can be also like that, Baba says ancestor and worship worthy form. I think within the Brahmin family, if we look at others also with that vision, it will awaken their awareness. Plus, I think the respect, love, unity, everything can be there if what I am, everyone is not only family, but family of angels, like we call Avyakti Parivar as family of angels. So all that is required as awareness or remembrance.
I think you're revealing a very nice flow because one is that our remembrance of Baba invokes Baba and helps us to remind ourselves, create that awareness. And then you're taking us into the attention of dharana and our karma. So I remember one time Baba in the Murli talked about that you need your dharma and your karma needs to be combined, because that's the capacity that builds to sustain a constant remembrance. So for many souls, you've had the experience of the feeling of being a goddess since childhood, but there are many souls who haven't had that experience yet. So what would you say to them? Because this experience of the complete stage that helps us to develop this dharana, inspires us to combine our dharana and karma. What would you say to that in terms of accepting and building a relationship or friendship with the complete stage?
Baba, Shiv Baba is incorporeal. So I am incorporeal. Father and child. When I understood within a minute, even if I was really a good devotee, but connection within a second of I am also incorporeally. Brahma Baba, angel, so what the child will be. But I always say that when we come to Baba, we are like a child angel. Then we grow adult angel, and then now we are full angel. I always felt that if each one can feel whose child I am, Radha Janki always say, who am I, whom I belong to. So child, angel's child will be angel, no? Like we give example, if you sow the seed of mango, you don't expect other fruit to come. So deeply, this is how the faith that Ratan Mohini is talking about, real faith. From day one, if we understand that I am child of Bab Dada, if I am child of Bab Dada, so understanding will bring experience, right? Even I know that we are fortunate, some of us still here, those who were with Brahma Baba. And Dadis tell so many stories from where we learned about Brahma Baba. But I think it's the responsibility of the instruments, of the teachers, to explain knowledge in such a way that they could feel, they could experience, and they start working on themselves. But if we all are different, we are in a different world, and especially in the modern civilization, our Western world, people relate in a different way. But I still feel that if we relate to them in an original way, like Baba says, if they don't understand and have faith, who is giving knowledge, they will never. Now we don't want to tell people in the beginning that God is giving knowledge, right? But somewhere, once in New York, we said, let's experiment. When you begin the course, we say, you would like to know the source of the knowledge. It's not Gita, it's not Ramayana, it's not this. But source is God Himself. Just and then introduce Brahma Baba. This is our founder. Some even cover and close the doors where Brahma Baba's picture is. People will say this is your guru and master. I said, let them say it. But without him, we wouldn't have got anything. So let them know that if God is incorporeal, he spoke through this man. So he is founder father, he is Brahma Baba. So I think that introduction in the beginning had helped so much. So we have to, time is not much. Not we make announcement, God is teaching us, because there are so many gods, so many Babas worldwide. But, someone, I was telling a lady when I was in Guyana, very, very important woman. I was telling her about Madhuban. She said, oh, you already took me in there. Like when you say it, make them feel it, experience it. So I think it's our responsibility, to give knowledge in such a way, not only the experience, but their effort on that kind of understanding, as Dadi is saying. You tell them you are thinking, some give knowledge but not talk of principles because they will leave. So we have a Jewish girl, she's a old Brahmins. She said every evening I came for a course, and before I went across Harmony House and had a drink and then came and to course. So when she came to know that she's not supposed to drink, why you all didn't tell me? So in India, I don't know if they do, but there was a time we used to tell them, be vegetarian for 1 week. While taking course, no drink. We used to tell, I don't know now. So if we do like talk about principles, then talk about also invoking in them what their form was. I think it could help them to experience all that and their quality of effort. Many of us find since we came to Baba, we recognized, we said, oh, this is my Baba, I have to surrender. These thoughts came in us, right, in the beginning. We can create same in others.
I think you've raised an important point, that this whole combined form of the child and father, the incorporeal, whose child am I, the soul and the supreme, it starts the journey of experiencing our future form. And that we can then draw out of others. Coming back to the eternal form, this is the last question for you, Didi. We are in this last birth as souls in these old bodies. And Baba's often talked about these bodies as valuable bodies because they help us to create our fortune. I've seen in your journey, especially how you've arrived at this stage of having transcended some pull of your old body. Because, everybody in the world, especially in a body conscious sense, wants to be combined. They want to merge, they want union. But at a soul conscious level, the experience of being combined is the master over the creation, that I'm a creator over the creation. But on that journey, there is a pull, because the sanskars of body consciousness create resistance, create a pull. And I'm intrigued in your journey, what have you done to transcend that pull?
You are reminding of, I took knowledge, someone used to go from Madhuban for Delhi, and I had a friend, and she was daughter of a major in the army, and so that sister will come, and two of us. I could recognize Baba if I recognize myself as a soul. So I always used to say, how is Baba? oh, as I am, Supreme Soul and Soul. So if I understand myself as a soul, I will understand God, Supreme Soul. So I always used to kind of play with, I know Him and I am like Him, but He's like me. I always thought that way, that He's like me also. So it was very easy to understand soul and then Supreme Soul, then other souls. That's my beginning. I'm still, whole scene is coming in front of me. And a point, a light, a power, mind and blank, everything becomes very revealing. I think 2 days ago, Baba said, or Dadi said, no one can ever explain the knowledge of the soul because they don't know. That's why they say soul is immune to everything. Soul don't say soul becomes impure. In Delhi, one very important priest used to just leave soul alone. Don't call it impure. I said, I know it's pure, but it has diluted impurity. So I think that we have to create some kind of where we can explain to people soul in such a way that their journey begins with soul consciousness. Now I find that they are in Gyan so many years, but there is no soul consciousness. They think, but their, as you said, actions, their style doesn't look like soul consciousness. There's a lot of body consciousness. So again, we have to take that responsibility. As we have to reveal Baba, we also have to reveal, explain them their own original self.
I think we may need to relook at the course as a journey of soul consciousness, the soul and self-awareness, soul and relationship with God again, soul and my actions, soul awareness and time, because that really is the call of time, to step into the full recognition of self. So looking at time, we put a pause here and say thank you to Didi and thank you to everyone, and have a lovely evening.
Om Shanti, thank you. And just to let you all know that yes, we will be traveling soon, but we will be still with you all. Even we are traveling, and even when we will be back in New York. So our Vikti Parivar continues. So tomorrow is Sunday, and our schedule Amritvela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. 6 o'clock meditation will start, followed by Hindi Sakar Murli, followed by meditation book offering, then English Avik Murli 8 to 9:30 a.m. In the evening, 6 o'clock, meditation will start, followed by World Meditation Hour, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., followed by Hindi series, English series, and chit chat. So now, let's remember Baba and take drishti from Didi. किए जा रहे, कराने वाला करा रहा है, करनहार हम किए जा रहे, झलक तुम्हारी ओ प्यारे भगवन। प्रसन्न प्रभु की पालना से तुम ही बने हो हमारे पालक।
Many of you who had been coming. So, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.